So hello guys, today we have the truly educational task, how it's to say 100% educational task, because today I'm observing the Windows Forms application migration and refactoring on the truly educational example. So here we have the educational application which was provided to me as a PhD student. So as the task to take this one as an example uh, and to make its functionality better. So to broaden it, just to make it more suitable to use. So what do we see here? So first of all, we see just the form. So okay, and with different sorting algorithms comparison. So it looks pretty good, but here we have some moments. So like here, for example, we have, let me put the of 20,000, and here we do not have the progress bar. Okay, next what we have, let's put for example a bit more. Let's use the first algorithm. So we are making the sorting and the application does freeze. So yeah, no reaction, and seems it lacks the asynchronous approach. Okay, and the third one, that the form does look a bit blurry. So we are currently not sure what the technology is used under the hood, because it's just the executable file. So we can just use properties here. So we see just the application. So let's look under the hood of it. So we will use the .pick from the JetBrains to look at this executable more precisely. So just to determine which technologies are used there. So let's use the file. So open this one. Yeah, this WinForms. Yeah, this one. So, and here we see that it's just the .NET Framework 4.8 application, so we can easily export it to the project. So let's export it to our WinForms directory, and let's make it, yeah, the array sort, yeah, approach. Let's type. So we are creating the solution file, PDB file. We are not gonna to add it to the Project Explorer, either open it in the Visual Studio. So yeah, just let me export it. So here we have the project, and let's look at it in the Rider. So what we will see here, yeah. So the JetBrains Rider does support the Windows Forms within the .NET Framework, but it lacks this functionality for the .NET Core. So, and let's just rebuild and see whether the extraction has completed successfully or not. So yeah, we have a kind of error. So what is it? Yeah, something could not be found. Yeah, that's not good. So we have the resources.cs, and where is it? Properties. Yeah, very interesting. But still we can just try to rebuild it once more. So let's go and rebuild, or let's just regenerate these ones. So let's try to build it this way, and yeah, so it has finished rebuild, and let's look at the designer, and yeah, here we see the kind of error. So the variable, yeah, let's copy that name. So we need just to ensure that the design of this form is kept, so just like this. So, and this thing is probably redundant here, so it's just a typical case when the .pick does not extract the WinForms properly. So let's remove the icon. So anyways, we will we could add this icon manually, and let's rebuild this project. So let's build and let's see in the designer. So just reload it. Yeah, okay. So the designer seems okay, but here we have this not very nice outfit of that scene. So and let's just move it to the .NET Core. So how we are going to do that? So the first thing is we are going to use the Visual Studio and we are going to create the new project. So the new project, let it be the forms. Let's type here in the search box. So forms for the Windows. So let's create our resort core and let's use the directory within these forms. Yeah, so let's just make a new one. So it will be the array sort core. Yeah, we are going to place the solution and the project in the same directory. We are going to use the .NET 7. That's great. So it's going to be created and will take a bit of time. Yeah. So some cases regarding the scaling, so but it's not very obtrusive. So just let's have the toolbox. Okay, and what we are going to do? So we can just easily close this one and copy just the form. So the main form.cs and resx just to this project. So let's copy it here. Let's go to this project and let's first of all one moment. So just add this form within the add dialog. So let's add the existing item and let's put this one main form.cs. So obviously we do not have the designer for this one, so we can add just the designer. So we are going to add the new item and let's make it the yeah, let's just copy the form name. Let's create the new file for the designer. So it will be not this one. So the new item, so it will be for main.designer.csk. So it's just the empty one, and let's remove this one. So we do not need that anymore, and of course we are gonna to use the form main here. So the form main, let's just remove the stuff and let's make the explicit modifiers. Yeah, that's great. Let's remove this one. So okay, so that's it. Next, what we are gonna to do? So just to use the designer file, we are gonna to make this one as a public partial class for main, and let's do the let's add the partial modifier both here. So it will be also the partial class for main, yeah, just inherited from the WinForms, yeah, so from the form. Here let's remove that stuff. We can remove some unused directives. We can fix the namespace. Okay, next we are gonna to move to the file scoped namespace, so it's just regular refactorings. And we have this scene empty now. So what we are gonna to do? So first of all, we are gonna to just move all this stuff to the designer file. So just here, yeah, let's input the types. And next, we are gonna to copy everything this. So all the initialization of the components and the dispose method just to the file where each should belong, so to the designer file. So it's the first one. Next, yeah, so but this designer file is currently the manually generated, so let's make it as usual as auto-generated. So we need just 2 steps. So the first one, let's rebuild the solution for sure. Okay, it was rebuilt. Next, let's go to the designer and let's, yeah, we have a kind of name. But let's move the directive. So let's rebuild. And yeah. So let's not this one, but yeah, let's use the designer one more. Yeah, okay. Here we see the form. That's completely fine. So it's, yeah, one kind of issue with scaling because I'm using 4K with scaling. So, but that's not that's not a big problem. So, and what we need just to make this designer as auto-generated, just to modify it within the visual component. So for example, we can resize a bit. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's use the designer and yeah, so it can be a kind of problem, but let's currently keep the design, but just update this through the visual designer. So it will be example. Let's use the okay sorting comparison. Let's save this, and here we have just updated the caption, and we see that this file is already has become an auto-generated. So with everything this just as the Visual Studio wants to have. So this is great. So of course, yeah. So while this file is auto-generated, we are gonna not to touch everything here. So, and let's run it. So okay, it looks like this way. So, but still we have these cases with the code. So, and let's go into the code and let's look at what we have. So first of all, yeah, we have this click. Okay, next let's just make it more simple. So remove the redundant code in the project. Okay, so let's rebuild. Let's use the code. Okay, next let's use the variables. So let's use them just in the project. And here what we have, so the first one is we have the string here, and here we have the array generation. So the test array, and it's we can make it a bit more useful. So let's make the array. And let's make this array just through the enumerable. So let's enumerable range. So from 0 till yeah. So but we do not need this array length. We need just this in. So just this one. And let's make the select statement. So let's make the select and select the discard, and next the new random, just like there. So random dot next. Okay. So and this scene will just do the same do the exact same scene as here. So we can just use this new approach. Okay, so and we have this array. Next we have the, let's rename it as progress bar. So just to simplify it a bit, and next we have the algorithms which we are gonna to test. But here we see the stopwatch, here we see the start of the stopwatch, here we are just identifying the algorithm, and so here we see some code with this, this progress bar, So, and let's make it a bit more useful. So what we are going to do next? So here we have some algorithms, and let's look through them and simplify a bit. So just use the swap via deconstruction. We can use this one. Next, we can just prettify it a bit. So next, and let's rename it just to the proper name, and just like this. So here we have everything's correct. Let's simplify it just to I, so because it's a regular naming. Next we have this one. So, and we can here just also meet these braces next here. So, and we can just make it as here. Also we have the swap, and where is the swap used? So okay, let's keep this scene. Let's make it an expression body. Next we have some unused method, but probably we have this one, so we can just remove the unused one and fix the name in here. So let it be just show sort. Okay, next here, let's also rename this one, and here we see some kind of bit of overcomplicated algorithm for the merge. So, and as far as we have done some research previously, we can just so we will replace it with a bit of shorter version. Next, we are gonna do both keep the progress bar tracking, and we are gonna to improve that thing. So here we have the perform step, but here we do not have the check of the value of this progress bar. So we need just to add the if clause. So if the progress bar value is less than progress bar maximum, because if we are gonna to use this without this precaution, so we can go into a situation where when the progress bar value would be greater than the progress bar maximum, and this will cause the error. So, and let's make this one as a progress step, just like this, and let's look at here. So we are gonna to use just this one here. Next we are gonna to use this one here. Next we do not have this progress step here, so let's use it in each iteration of this stuff. And so here we have the shell sort. Let's use also this safe variant. And here we have the merge, which is a bit of overcomplicated. So, and as far as I have mentioned, we have done a bit of research previously, and let's replace it with the more simple version just of exactly the same algorithm. So here we have as this one. Next, let's just remove here some spaces, and let's make this row continue, but not continue, just to return. So if the condition is not met, we are just simplifying a bit this if clause. And next, so everything looks nice, and here we have this stuff of the this switch. So we have the progress bar, it's set as 0. Okay, that's great. Next we have the new stopwatch, and we are starting the stopwatch, but let's move the start just a bit closer to the actual start of the algorithm. And next we are gonna do yeah, so here we have kind of yeah, so we have the radio button. Next, what we have here are where the function checked first default. So we can just simplify it a bit with, let's remove this one and make it first default, where the RB is checked. Okay, so where this button is checked, we're going to use that radio button. Next, we have this case with these ones. So, and this looks pretty much as the enum case. So, but we need to check these namings. So we have, yeah, let's rename this to bubble. Yeah, we have quick selection, insertion, we have shell, and we have merge. Let's make this one merge. Yeah, we have a conflict, okay, and so we cannot name the button. Okay, so let's make it merge sort. Just no, still as a merge sort. Yeah, so we have the merge sort. So maybe we could make this one as the merge sort, just just here, and this one we are going to make as a merge. So just to not to confuse the ID with the naming. And next we are going to use the enum here. So what we are going to do is just to make the new enum. Public will be the enum of the sorting type, and yeah, something has gone not very good. Okay, let's revert these changes. Yeah, and let's remove this stuff. So it's yeah, so it's the minus of some tools and code generation. Yeah, but here we have the bubble, gnome, insertion, merge, quick, and selection. Yeah, so we have just these names, just the same list as we have here. So in terms of these radio buttons. So, and why do we have this naming? It's just because we are gonna to use this in the search for the method we are gonna use. So I call the method, and let's use the, so we have the name switch. Yeah, okay, and we can just use this one. So we can switch the radio button name and just make the comparison as this. So we can use this enum. So, and we have our method. So, and what we are gonna do here, so just we have this visible invisible progress bar, so we are not gonna need that, so we can just remove that because the progress bar will be visible anyways. So we have, yeah, just like this, and we are gonna have this one as an action. So let's rewrite it. So we're going to have the action of the integer array. Yeah, just like this. So yeah, still we have the misspelling. Yeah, what do we have? not, yeah, just like this. So what we have altered here? So we are just switching in terms of this method, and we are selecting the proper algorithm. So either it will be the bubble sort or the GNOME sort, insertion, merge, array, selection, and so on. And next thing, we are gonna to use the stopwatch start. So we have this action, but we will run it a bit more different way. So we are gonna to use an await task run, and yeah, just the action. So, and we can just remove this one. So, but here we unfortunately do not have the asynchronous approach, so we are gonna to make this one as async, and it will be the async void. So it's not the async task, because if we make this one as an async task, so so it's not very suitable for the WinForms. So it's better just in the Windows forms to make the async void method. And let's call it, let's rename this one on sort, just this way. So probably, yeah, here we have the switch, here we have the run, stop, and here we have the, let's rename this to the sort time, and let's rename this to the milliseconds, and also we are gonna to modify one more thing. So let's just make the default not to size of array. So we have the size of array, and probably this value. So let's update it to the 30,000. Yeah, just like here, and let's rebuild and see how these changes will be reflected. So the rebuild completed, and let's proceed. Yeah. So let's start with this one. So here we see that the array is sorting, there is no lags, we can just freely do whatever we want with this application. So but we have a kind of, yeah, something like here, very interesting. Why we do not have box result text plus equals a string, and probably we are missing something, plus resize. Yeah, let's, so, and where is this string used? Yeah, and we do not have the algorithm name. So what we are gonna to do, let's look at it once more. So let's use the other algorithm. So let's look at the sample. So we are missing the, yeah, the name. Okay. So, and we are gonna also to populate this name. So we are gonna to use here the method, and let's look at it. So yeah, it's a bad case because this one is very long. Yeah, we have we see the bubble, we see the other sort, we see the next one. So next, yeah, so it's kind of, yeah, so the quick one is really quick because, yeah, it's just 1 millisecond. Next we have the shell sorting, and we have the merge sorting with these values. So if we rerun just the shell sorting, we see the exact same time, and so if we run the quick one, it will be also the 1 millisecond. But just in cases of the very long algorithms, we have the application fully responsive, and yeah, so that's nice. So that's it. that's for the refactoring of the .NET Framework to the .NET Core and improving some functionality. So if you have any ideas or comments, please message me. I'm really open for discussion, and see you in the next videos. Bye.